All right, trading recap for the 18th of July, 2019. So it's a Thursday, and try to get comfortable here. I I swung JNUG overnight. Woke up this morning, it was up, and then it was down. And when it came down really fast. So I ended up actually losing out on that trade, which is really unfortunate because it was up by a fair amount. I would have been pretty good actually. Just didn't play it out right. Trying to play like pre-market on JNUG is really strange. I do not like playing it that much. But the problem is all the best entries seem to happen pre-market, and it's like you buy in and it just goes running up through the day. Actually, I don't even know what JNUG did. Let me Did nothing but go up today. Nice. Oh man, it went screaming up. Oh my goodness. Hold on just a second. Where did we get in? That was today's opening, and it went up by 17% today. So, you could have just parked some money in JNUG and been making money all day. Oh, I wish I would have seen that. Yeah, I would have jumped in that right there. Nice little rally-based rally that happened right there. Freaking pre-market. It wicked way down and then decided to turn around, which is really unfortunate because that's where I got tagged out. It was like at the bottom of that. I actually would have been fine just holding my JNUG position. And, I mean, would have been up by that 17%. It was a decent position by the time it was all said and done. Yeah, it'd be up. Even if you only had one share, you're up $12. And I had, how many shares did I have of that when it was all said and done? I think I had 8 total. So I would have been up by like $90 had I held on to that. That would have been fun. But I didn't. I got tagged out of JNUG and then I said, screw it, I'm done with it. Oil was the other thing that I played. And oil had a great move on DWT, and it actually looks like it's thinking about setting up another one. It's just been doing this thing where it comes down, hits a zone, and then goes like whoop, boom, and drops down to the next couple of zones. I got tagged out when it hit the first zone, and I should have waited because it blew right through that and went down to the next one. So my mistake actually was that I had my stop at 1% take profit, and I ended up bumping it up too soon because it started wanting to pull back. It hit like a type 2 in that zone, and I was like, well, I could lock in a little bit more right now instead of waiting. And so I bumped up my stop. It tagged me out. And about the time it did that, I looked at it, I think on the 15-minute, and it came down. It came down through the zone, and on the 15-minute, there was an indecisive candle that rejected off the top of the zone. So it like tried to sell off, pulled up, hit the zone, fell back down. And that to me was a base drop, and I got tagged out when it made the base. So could have been up by a whole bunch. And actually, the only other thing that I could have done better on DWT today, I could have gotten in at the top, but I waited for it to actually break the zone before I got in, and I figured if it broke through the zone with enough momentum, it was going to go down to the next one. It broke, it pulled back, it basically confirmed the zone, and then shot down really fast. And I thought about adding on the pullback, and I didn't. So I could have made a killing on DWT today as well. Of course, all this is like hindsight is 2020. In the moment, didn't really have a way of knowing it was going to do that. I would have tagged out right around. I probably would have had. If I played it right, I would have gotten tagged out right around here. So it would have made almost 9% today on that. And I would have had my whole account in it by the time, had I actually added on, it would have been my whole account. So it would have made 9% on DWT. It's just amazing that there are always like these really nice moves. Like there are moves to be made if you're willing to have the patience and play them correctly. So I made like 1% on DWT. And then the only other one that I ended up trading and ended up doing really freaking well with it it's LBTYK, Liberty Global PLC. I had tried playing it. What day was that? Was that really yesterday that it did that? Well, that's lame. Was it only yesterday? Yeah. It felt like longer ago than that. This week has been dragging on for me. So I tried playing it yesterday morning, took a loss on it, didn't pay attention to it. Looking at the formation, I thought it was going to be a bearish move. I thought it was going to continue downward, so I didn't get back in it. But it tagged me out. I didn't get back in, and then it gapped up, pulled back, hit the zone, and started moving up. And when it started moving up again this morning, I jumped in it with a wide position. So my stop loss was below the previous low where it had like come down and tagged me out previously. So I said, all right, I'm going to give it one more shot and see what happens on it. And it ended up pushing up. And I got in it on, I was actually in it on Robinhood, and I was in it on First Trade, because once the momentum started, I was like, okay, this could be like a pretty bullish move. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can turn this thing around and show you that. It has been making those nice wide moves. So I ended up jumping in it. I didn't get the best position in the world, but the nice thing about this ticker actually is that it's moving by such small amounts that I can get a lot of my account in and be pretty secure with where I was at. But it ended up pulling up, and on the 15-minute chart, I called it a bull pennant or a bull flag at the time. The reality is it's more of a rally base rally, and I got in on the base with my stop below the wick, and I knew that it had a little bit more room to go before we hit the previous highs and hit what appeared to me to be a downward trend line. And so it pulled up. I set my stop loss on Robinhood, and I tagged out. And the thing that was killing me was I basically had my whole First Trade account in it and could not tag out. Because honestly, I thought it was going to take way longer than this to run up and hit that trend line. Like, this was supposed to be a 2-day move, and it did it all in one day, had a ton of momentum. And I was just like, oh, crap. Because what happens if this thing starts selling off now? Like, I can't get out of it. I did not anticipate it running up and hitting the trend line in one day. And it's just, man, I was honestly expecting it to be a 2-day move. And so it ended up just running up, hit the trend line, pulled back. I tagged out on Robinhood, couldn't do anything on First Trade because I had no day trades left. And basically just said, well, this sucks. I'm just not looking at the charts. I was like, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to know what's going to happen. Like, it is what it is. Like, I was just like, I have to accept my fate, and I can't get out of it until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. It doesn't move too much overnight, thankfully. It actually gapped up this morning. Like, you could have bought it down at the bottom, gapped up, made some, pulled back, and then continued riding it. Because when it gaps up pre-market like that, you're like, yeah, that's selling off now. But anyways, yeah, man. So right now, my First Trade account is up by, I did 6% today in my First Trade account. That is the single best day I've had in any account. Like, to have a 6% day in one account is phenomenal for me. I'm trading with 3 broker accounts, so I had 1.24% in Robinhood, minus 1.97% in Webull, which is the one that I wish I would have just held on to JNUG and watched it go screaming up. That would have made my day just fantastic. And then First Trade I had 6.01%. So my total for the day, in spite of my big loss on Webull, I actually ended the day up by $43.90, and that's 1.84%. So, yeah, that's exciting. I recovered some of the losses that I've taken previously. I recognize that not every day is going to be like that, but this is the best win I have had. Let me look here. Actually, this is the single best day I've had, with my overall trading account, my overall capital being up by 1.84%. My previous record day was Wednesday, June 26th, and I made 1.81% that day. So I'm pleased with how that worked out. Did not expect a day like today. So The only downside is I will have one day trade left on Webull tomorrow, and that's it. So I'll probably try to trade an ETF of some sort. I really wish I knew what to expect from gold. Once I got tagged out of JNUG this morning, I just walked away from it. I was pretty frustrated this morning. Man, it broke the zone. Darn it. That is the move. I'll turn this around. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. So, darn it. It pulled back, it tagged the little middle zone, and then kept going back up. Man. Oh, so I've been waiting for this breakout to happen. Like, I've been waiting for it to punch up and through it and just get the momentum. And of course, the day that it happened is the day that I took a huge loss on JNUG and didn't jump back in. And I tried playing like natural gas after that and just ended up losing on that again. Man. Oh, I wish I would have been in JNUG today. Oh, I wish I would have been in JNUG. That is annoying. Oh. Man. So I've been waiting for that move to happen. That sucks. I wouldn't even know where to go from here. Like JNUG and GDXJ just went vertical. So I don't know how to trade something that's going vertical, like, because everything in my body's like, it's gonna come back down, like, and I don't know how to play it. There's no structure to play anymore. So, man, okay. So you know what? I missed out on huge winning day. Could have done really well in DWT. Could have done really well on JNUG. Screw natural gas. I'm done playing with that. And I did really well on, what is that one? LBTYK. So I'm excited. But so that being said, I realized that my emotions have not been in check as I've been trading. I was having I had a really good week back towards the end of June and was super confident. And like Friday rolled around, I'm like, all right, I just got to keep this up through next week. And next week rolled around and I died. And I think part of what happened there was I transferred a lot of most of my funds over to Ustock Trade, and then ended up blowing 2% of my account on Ustock Trade that day. Because I thought, hey, I play mostly ETFs. They make big moves during the day, so I would have to trade during market hours, but I'd have unlimited day trades. I normally just play the hourly. Let me try this out. And there's this weird thing that happened in my brain where when I was limited to trading during market hours, I panicked and my whole strategy fell apart. Everything that I knew about trading became a disaster once I started on Ustock Trade. So, with that being said, I moved all my funds back to some regular trading accounts. And so here I am. Had a great green day. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm just going to manage the trade that I'm in right now. Probably not going to try anything overly fancy with it. What did the market do today? Sorry, I keep getting distracted, but oof, that might not be so good. We need to break that zone or we're coming back down. I really do not want to have to short the market right now. But there are a whole bunch of tensions, I should say, in the market right now. So that's annoying. Anyways, I feel like I started messing up really bad when I tried moving around my funds. So I've got all of my accounts settled back down. I'm back to where I need to be as far as having my account set up. I'm out of day trades, which is normal for me. I don't know how to hold things overnight. I don't know how to do it. I really, as soon as I started making money and I had a really good week, and when I say a really good week, it was back towards the end of June. Let me see here. I had 5 green days in a row. I was doing really well. And then I started taking a whole bunch of red days in a row. And that was when I moved around my funds. So, I did really well right there, right up until that Friday, actually. the last Friday in June was the only red day I took that week. From the previous Friday all the way through to that Friday was the only red day that I took, and that was because I took a. Oh, I know exactly how that happened. I traded with a larger than normal position size on Weeble and took a loss on it. So I'm trying to keep this video short, but I'm explaining what I'm doing moving forward right now. I started looking at my overall account value, and it really got in my head, especially Thursday, it's June 27th. My overall trading capital between my three accounts was up over $2,500, and that was really exciting for me. I was like, hey, that feels like a milestone, so I'm going to start trading with more aggressive positions based upon that overall capital. So instead of like my Webull account at the time was I was really excited because I got it up over 1,000, so it was $1,008, and I was like, okay, normally when I take a trade on Webull, I take it with a 1% stop loss, which means that if I tag out, I lose $10. But instead of doing that, if I tag out, I want to lose 25 or however much. So I'm basically whole accounting things with my smaller accounts. Because of my overall trading capital, I wanted to try to grow it more aggressively. And the reality is that doesn't work so well for me right now. And that's sort of what in my head, I was like, okay, I'm just going to switch things to U-stock trade, start trading more aggressively. I'm probably more profitable than I realized because I really just started tracking my trades. So if I can start, earning those wins with, with U-stock trade and just start piling it up faster, my account will grow faster, and it just killed everything. So I've decided that for my sanity, I'm taking next week off of trading. The other reason for that is because I'm running a business, and that's my main source of income, and so it's really difficult to run a business when I'm staring at charts all the time, which sucks because I trade based upon the hourly charts. So I have to be looking at them pretty frequently. It's very easy for me to just sit there and stare at a chart for half an hour because I'm like, oh, what's it doing? Do I need to bump my stop? Or I don't know. I need to start trying to give things more breathing room, but I'm not good enough to swing trade. I take trades based upon the hourly charts. So my trades usually last between 1 and 3 hours. So in order to maintain my sanity, I'm going to take next week off of trading, and the other thing that's going to happen is I'm just going to focus in on the business, and I'm going to start trying to get to bed a little bit earlier because I've been going to bed at between 11 and 12, and being that tired and trying to be productive at running a business, and then trying to trade when I'm already tired and cranky and my emotions aren't in check at that point, it doesn't end up so well. So yeah, that's going to have to change. I need to get out of... There's light reflecting on my glasses and it's distracting me. So yeah, I'm taking next week off of trading, trying to sort of straighten out my own health habits so I'm not super tired all the time. Hopefully that'll keep me more emotionally in check because there's been trades that I knew that they were good trades and I just didn't do them right. And that has happened to me so many times now where I look at something and I'm like, oh, that's a great opportunity. And then I go play something else. So that's part of the learning process for me is sort of knowing what I'm looking for and sticking to that plan. I should have been in DWT for the last several days. I figured stuff like this was going to be coming. I tried playing UWT yesterday. What the heck? Here, oil is trending down. Let me try to play UWT based upon 2 15-minute candles that made me think that this is, a bull flag or something stupid like that. Stupid things that, in hindsight, I'm like, wow, I totally saw that and just ignored all the signs. So, that being said, this stuff is starting to make a little bit more sense. It is taking forever, or at least it feels like that for me, but I've been trading for 7 months, so I don't get to expect to be profitable at 7 months into it. That's just unreasonable. The other big thing that I'll be changing besides, taking a week off and just getting my emotions straight and focusing on my business for a while and continuing to grow that. The other thing that I'm going to end up doing is trying to find more trades that are based upon normal stocks instead of the ETFs. The ETFs make a ton of money. They also move really fast. And so my problem is, particularly when I'm trying to play them pre-market, I'm getting tagged out and losing on things that I really shouldn't be losing on. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I want to get to playing regular stocks because they move much more slowly, typically. They're easier for me to understand. They're easier for me to track the overall pattern. And so that's sort of what I'm focused on, is just saying, okay, if this is what it's going to be doing, then here we go. I want to try to play the regular stocks, like the one that I played today, made a bunch of money. The one other really green trade that I took this week was based on a regular stock. So I'm getting better at understanding regular stocks because I'm getting better at understanding the ETFs. And I really feel that if you can read the price action of like the commodities like oil, natural gas, gold, if you can understand that price action, then regular stocks are even easier. And I would argue that Forex is the most difficult. If you can understand Forex, you can trade all of it. I'm trying to trade Forex. I don't want to talk about that right now. It's a $100 account, so it doesn't matter anyways, but it's not going well. Forex is really freaking hard. So, but yeah, that being said, all that to say, I want to get better at trading regular stocks, slower moving things. Want to get better at swing trading, but it's really difficult. So I'm just going to stick to what I know. I'll be looking at the overall direction and movement on things on the 4 hour, and then looking for entries and exits on the 1 hour. And that's what I've been doing that has been earning me money. So that's what I just need to continue doing. If that's the style of trading that clicks for me, is trading based upon the hourly charts, yeah, it's annoying that I have to spend so much time looking at the charts. But hey, it is what it is. I just need to get better at setting alerts. I've been using TOS to set my alerts, which is really nice because you get unlimited alerts on TOS. I'm just using the mobile app. I wish TradingView gave me unlimited alerts, but hey, TradingView is dumb. In that capacity, their charting is great. Their alerts are annoying. So I'm using TOS for a lot of my alerts now, and just seeing how that goes moving into the future. So this has been a long enough ramble. I hope that it's a good indication of where I'm at right now, though, because, I mean, it's a learning process. This whole thing, this whole trading thing, is the single most difficult thing I've ever attempted to learn. Hands down, really freaking hard to get consistently good. Because I know that the money, like I said, the money that I made in June, the last week of June, I was up by 3%, and I've given it back and then some by now. This stuff is hard. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Like I said, I'm 7 months into it. We'll see what it looks like 7 months from now. I hope that 7 months from now I'm, double as good as I am right now. That would be sweet. I'd like to be semi-profitable by 1 year of trading. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then obviously by 2 years of trading, I'll be fully profitable, and, money will no longer be an obstacle. So there we are. Thanks for watching. Bye.